Hey everybody, it's Julie from Mystical Moonchild. How are you today? I hope you're happy and well, and we're going to do today's angel message. So we'll see what that is for us. And how has your day been? What's everyone been up to? Have you been enjoying the sunshine? We sort of, not today, but we have been having 4 seasons in one day. Oh, we got Daniel. Daniel's come through. Daniel, I always call him David. And he's very special and very close to me. And anyway, Daniel, David, he's the Archangel of Marriages, okay? So he helps you when things aren't working, you know, and tries to show you insight of where it is you should be and is this what you really want? Is that what he's really saying? He wants things to work out. But as we know, you know, both parties have to want to work things out. It cannot be resolved with one. And that's okay because, you know, we learn that that's how it is. And then we've got Vanessa, standing in your power, standing strong. So Daniel, or David, as I said. I got a beautiful picture of him in storage shed. And he was with me a lot in my journey. When things were falling apart around me. And you know what you know and you still stay there. Do you know what I mean? And I guess a lot of people do that. And a lot of that would be conditioning from how we were brought up. Now it's easier. Well, it can be. But, you know, remember all the Walt Disney stories. It's happy ever after. Okay, marriages. So it will always be perfect. You'll get the man of your dreams and everything will be perfect. And in reality, it's a lesson. It's not really, some people are very, very blessed. And other people must have karmic ties where they're here to resolve, you know, what didn't work last time, to put it through this time and see where it goes. Anyway, Daniel, or David as I say, I am the angel of marriages and I am assisting you right now. And when you call him in, assist you is exactly what he does. Okay? And all I can say is, like, when things were not the easiest, you just talk to Daniel. Mine was David. And you just tell him how it is and ask for advice and ask for clarity or ask for a sign of what I should be doing now. Chances are you're already getting insight and you're not listening. And every single one of us has been there. And we make up excuses because as an empathic person, that's what you do. You care about people's feelings. You don't want to see them hurt. They, you know, act this way because they don't know any better. But they really do. But that's a journey and that's a lesson and that's something that you have to work out, okay? But if things aren't falling into place and you're getting messages and you don't know what to do about that, call on Daniel. Or David. I'm going to say David because for me, mine's called David. And, yeah. I used to just look him in the eyes of my picture and just say whatever was happening and things would be resolved, okay? And the same if you do the same with Daniel. Because there's times in relationships where, you know, we know it's give and take. We know there's ups and downs. Like, that's all fine. Do you know what I mean? That only makes things stronger. But then there's times where you know more. And I won't go into those signs because you know. Hey, you. Okay, I've got a visitor. So you know my diamond passed on. And now we have Delilah. Hey, Delilah, look in the camera before I put you down. Look, there you go. Say hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. And if you hear snoring and grunting and funny noises, it's me. Yeah. Okay? Oh, okay, maybe she don't want to go down. It's funny how the dogs in my life have always been here when I do my stuff. They just, yeah, so my diamond went and I wasn't expecting another dog. Wasn't really interested, was not looking. Yeah, and blessed angel, she died in her sleep on her bed. I sat with her because there was no after hours at the vet surgery until you got to the vet surgery the next morning, and then it was on the plaque outside. I took her in. They says, oh, you get the ashes back about Thursday, Friday, and we got the ashes back on Tuesday. No, Wednesday, sorry. There's one day without her, Wednesday. And then my friend had seen me and said, oh, the lady that we got her and Angel from, you know, has got some dogs. He's finished with their litters and they need good homes. And she goes, and she looks just like Delilah. Like Diamond. And this is how we got Miss Delilah. And Miss Delilah is actually more like Angel, the other one that we had too. It's a cross. We ended up getting two. The other one's Coco. Yeah. Like, And she's more Diamond's personality, and she's got the black stars around her eyes, and she's like white and tan pied. But as you can see, they like to be. They really don't like you not being by their side. That's all I can say. So it's like I am now a stay-at-home mummy again, apart from working and having my shop at home, because my girls very much want me. Okay, and Vanessa says, to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings you closer to your divine purpose, which way takes you away from it. Okay, so you've got Daniel here you're talking to, or David, about, you know, things aren't working out, you know, you're like, I love this man, but I'm not getting anything in return, or he's saying the right things, but I'm not feeling it, I'm not getting the actions, you know, whatever it is that's happening in your life. And this is like, well, which way is going to bring you closer, which way is going to take you away from that purpose? Okay? And these are your questions, you know, this is up to you. What are you doing, girl? To work out. And then we've got Indriel. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all its inhabitants. Okay? So you're going to come through this. You're loved. You're blessed. You know what it is you have to do to move forward. This is a tough challenge that you're facing at the moment. And generally it's one that, you know, when you're in a relationship, it's not one you want to acknowledge, because it's easier to be a little bit oblivious to it and just go, tomorrow will be a better day, or you know the ups and downs and how things actually go, and you ride them out and you make excuses because you want things to work out. You want that happy ever after, you know. No one says to you it can fall apart and that's it, it's the end of a contract and it's done. You know, it's like, it's that happy ever after, so this is what you want. And then you take it upon yourself generally that it's something you've done. So then you even try harder at working at things when it wasn't your fault at all. But this is life, this is lessons, crappy lessons at that, but it is what it is. But knowing that you can discuss everything in private and have your very own counsellor, and marriage counsellor even, with Daniel or David, which way is going to take you closer to the relationship, which way is taking you further away, and knowing that you've got this under control. And if I burn myself for the third time on that incense stick, I didn't say something. Oh my gosh, I'm such a fire girl. Okay. So you've got this anyway, you know what it is, and all I can say is you know what you know, and if you're not ready to do what you know, you don't. You know, you'll know when the timing's right. And yeah, or otherwise, like in my case, the universe will intervene, and yeah, you'll have a tower moment and everything will crumble around you, and you'll find out all these other lives that you didn't know existed with this other person, and then bang. Okay? So, wherever it is in your life at the moment that's not going well, you know, you've really got to think about, listen to your intuition, because that is going to guide you. But as I said, it's always easier to have, I'm going to say it like it is, shit hit the fan, and then go, in hindsight, I knew this, I knew that. It's, you know, you questioned everything anyway, and yet you didn't believe and trust what you're getting. And that is all a lesson, that is all a journey, and I wish that on absolutely nobody. I hope everybody can talk to Daniel or David, and, you know, and it will work out for you, because it's not a nice place to be. Okay? So I guess tonight's really is a relationship reading. For those of you, not for everyone, but for those of you that are questioning a few red flags. Okay? So I wish you well, and I hope you get through it. I don't know how I'm going to shuffle my next cards for the tarot because my hand's under Delilah. But we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.